Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna, Alchemist of the Arts. If you are new here, then welcome. If you would like to subscribe, if you enjoyed this reading, then that would be amazing. If you are returning, then thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is going to be a new moon reading for the current energies. This is the 1st of February 2022 at the time of filming. We have a lot going on astrologically at the moment. We have Mercury just about to go direct, Venus just gone direct, we have a new moon, we also have Imbolc. We've got so much going on. This is such a potent time of rebirth. So I'm just going to ask for messages about what is changing right now. As always, I will do a mixture of runes and tarot. Please only take the reading if it resonates for you. I am a firm believer that we 100% all have free will within our realities. My readings are a read of the current energy. They're not supposed to be predictions for months and months in advance. If you don't like what you're hearing, you have the power within you to make change. You don't have to take it if it doesn't sound like you're reading or you don't like what you're hearing. So, as always, take as long as you need. Pause the video if you need to in order to choose your reading. We have 3 piles today. Each one has just one oracle card because I wanted to leave them really open. Pile 1 is this piece of carnelian. Pile 2 is this beautiful piece of rainbow moonstone. And pile 3 is another piece of carnelian. These were just what I was drawn to at the moment. So, very, very much sacred energy. Root and sacred energy, very powerful and passionate. So, take as long as you need to choose your readings. And I will see what your pile. The timestamps will be below. As always, if you would like a personal reading, then please feel free to look at my details. All of my readings are listed on Etsy. You feel free to send me an email as well. Right, here we go. Hi there, pile 1. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to this piece of carnelian today. So, what is changing for you right now with all of this shifting energy? We have the Knight. Be brave and honest. Okay, so this feels like a time of finding truth and clarity, especially after the last couple of months. There has been a lot of transitional energy, a lot of flux, a lot of purging kind of an energy. So there could have been a lot of truth coming up to the surface for you, except it might not have felt like truth at the time. It might have felt like stuff from the past, things returning. That might have been quite challenging, energy for you over the last couple of months. And it's been a time where you've needed to be really, really almost vigilant is the word that I'm getting, and open to understanding and viewing yourself with a really honest truth. Now, something I'm always drawn to on this card, and something that's noted, I don't even know if you'll be able to see, is this tear rolling down his cheek. For as strong as you are, it's okay to be vulnerable. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but you know, sometimes we have to open our hearts and to be vulnerable. I'm going to do some runes. This can get quite noisy, so you might need to take your headphones off if you're wearing them. Okay, now I'm going to, as always, take any runes that land face down. I'm going to remove them because they're not going to be used for the purpose of this reading. This is interesting energy. Right, let's just get this one out, and then I'm going to arrange them into a grid. Yeah, this is a time I really feel like you've been very, I don't want to say focused on yourself, because I feel like your focus has been pulled in lots of different directions on multiple different things, and that's something I can see here quite strongly. But what I can see is that you've definitely been thinking about yourself, about life, about the things that are going on in your life and how they make you feel quite a lot. There is this sense of not being at full strength, perhaps, with Uru slightly not in the upright, not quite in the reverse. A sense that perhaps things haven't... Okay, the energy I'm getting is that things might have been shifting and things might have been changing, but there is still a part of you that isn't fully happy. I don't say that lightly. It's almost like this sense of, I think things might have been this is how this energy feels. Things might have been getting better for you. Certain things might have been improving for you in the world, in your self-perception, in the way in which you see yourself. Perhaps you've been meeting new people. Perhaps there's sort of a romantic relationship or a new friendship, perhaps you've had a pay rise, or there are good things going on in your life, but for some reason I'm getting the feeling like you don't fully trust in them. It's almost like there is this real, and this could be really, really subtle as an emotion within you. It's almost like an anxiety that because things are going better, that they might be somehow taken away. And it's almost feels like you can't fully run towards the things that make you happy for fear that the rug might be pulled under your feet. Now, what's changing here is a big energetic shift. And I feel like it's shifting you out of this anxiety. There is a sense that you've been feeling quite repressed, a little bit pulled down perhaps, but you are coming back to strength and coming back to your truest sense of balance. We've got Tiraz here, which is to me a rune of right and righteous action, the rune of Tyr, the god Tyr. He was known for being the god of justice, of lawfulness, of upholding the right thing to do when it needed to be done, even at the cost of himself, actually. So it's a rune of sacrifice as well. However, I'm not getting that from you in this particular reading. I'm just getting that things might come back to balance. There is a situation here that's felt very, very challenging for some time. And in fact, I can see that there is an element of healing being brought to this situation, particularly if you felt like you've had to protect yourself from somebody on the outside, and there's been this long perpetual kind of need to block off somebody or to ignore their actions, or if the actions have been very hurtful. There is an energetic shift coming that feels like, I'm just getting that you're not going to have to worry about this all the time anymore. That's the message that's coming through. Things are going to improve. You're not going to have to worry about this all the time anymore. And you're going to be able to move towards the things that do uplift you and bring you back to your sense of joy. And so this is shifting right now. There is this potential for shift right now. So you might feel this energy over the coming weeks. If it resonates with you, if you'd like to take this reading, you know, that is what's coming through. Now let's get some tarot for you. And let's ask again, what's changing for pile 1, please? What's changing for pile 4? Okay, fine. Interesting. So we've got the 6 of water in the reverse, and then we've got the Child. Wow. There is this feeling that there is something you felt like you weren't worthy of, or you couldn't do, or you couldn't achieve for some reason. And it almost, I don't want to say it blocked a new beginning. There was a time for something to return to your life, perhaps an opportunity, perhaps an emotion, perhaps an experience, or perhaps this vision of something greater within you is what I'm getting. With the Knight, I'm just being drawn back to the Knight again. Be honest with yourself, especially if through these retrogrades over the last couple of months, you felt a call to go in a particular direction. If something has been re-sparked or reignited within you from perhaps when you were younger, or just a time before life felt so pressured and difficult, is what I'm getting. It's that childlike, innocent energy, the energy of the Fool, where you can step into something without the restrictions, without hesitation, without feeling concerned or feeling bad, or, you know, it's that kind of playful, innocent, beautiful energy. What is it that you wanted to step into? There is this feeling like what's shifting is, there was this time where you told yourself that couldn't happen for some reason. Yes, I was just guided to turn over the bottom of the deck, and it's Desire in the reverse. There was something that you really, really wanted here. Something that you told yourself perhaps you couldn't have. Perhaps you didn't feel that you were worthy of it. And now you're seeing things differently. You're seeing that you are perhaps worthy of something that you wanted. Or perhaps you realise you've been telling yourself a story about something that you couldn't have. that marries up perfectly with Athala and Gibru here. There is this sense of something that feels destined being gifted to you, and with Yira coming into manifestation. And it feels like in order to claim this energy, just allow the energy to shift. Tell yourself that you are worthy to receive. You are open to receive. Be honest with yourself about what you want. So many of us, we block out what we want. We tell ourselves we can't have things, but why? Why can someone else have it and not you? Other than all of the conditioning we've told ourselves in the past. You know, that's the story that we hold ourselves back. And this feels like a changing energy where you're no longer holding yourself back. What does the Tarot pile want to know, please? The Devil. Attachment. Clarify the Devil, please. Okay. Now, I always read this deck in the upright. These just flung around in the reverse. So, interesting. The Five of Swords and the Eight of Cups. This is fascinating. Okay. The Devil speaks of attachment, of being bound to things, chained to things, feeling enslaved almost is what I'm getting. And with the Five of Swords and the Eight of Cups, both in the reverse. And like I said, I always read this deck just in the upright, unless things flip around, and they flew around. The Five of Swords in the reverse means an end of deception, an end of dishonesty, an end of things not being honest and truthful. The Eight of Cups is walking away from something or pursuing a new path. What this is saying to me is this change is going back to the path of the heart, to your desire, whether that's a person, whether that's a career, whether that's a hobby you enjoy. For some of you, it's dance or singing. It's a mode of self-expression. It's finding your way back to that path. That's something that lights you up again. For others of you, it could be a relationship, letting go. For some of you, it could be letting go of a relationship that you know has not been serving your highest interests, that could have really, really hurt you. There could have been deception and betrayal, and there has been this inability to walk away. And what's changing is suddenly you're going to be able to, or you might feel like it's time to walk away. For others of you, there could have been deception and betrayal in a relationship, but it's deciding to have an honest conversation and not walking away. You know, take it as it resonates. And for others of you, this is walking away from choosing the path of the heart over the paths that lead you away from what it is that truly matters to you. You know, there is different energies here for so many different people, but it truly feels like following that path of the heart, whether that is related to yourself and who you are in the world, and returning back to your dreams and your hopes and how you hope life would be, or whether it's within a relationship. You know, do you take it as it resonates? And as always, you know, like I said, if it means walking away from a relationship, you will know, because you'll already have been feeling that. If you're in a happy, stable relationship and nobody's been lying to you and you're not aware of it or whatever, then that isn't for you. You know, please don't take it as such. The Hermit, and it came out on the side. I feel like you have been in a very, very reflective energy, reflective of self. You know, this card, this Hermit in particular, it's a hermit's lantern between all these birch trees in the dark. And it's worth remembering that within the hermit's lantern is the star. You know, this is our dreams. They're held within this lantern. And it's very much that Kanaz rune. It is the torch that lights the way. It is leading the path ahead of us. It might be the tiniest flicker of light, the tiniest spark of hope, the smallest flash of inspiration that guides us, that wakes us up. Then we see things with clarity. And then it's like, oh my gosh, that is the path I need to be following. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. That is where I'm being called. This is what I'm supposed to do. And it could be the most momentary energy, but that's what's coming through. That's what's calling. Healing message for you. Exiled. I'm going to get another illumination. Well, that just explains those two things. For some of you, I feel like you have felt the door has been shut on these dreams, visions. your own personal wants, needs and desires for such a long time. And this card is saying, no, this is where this stops now. This is where we become open again. This is where we begin to express our energy again. This is where we begin to live our lives on our own terms for ourselves again. This is that positive change coming in for you. Walking away from what no longer serves. And the guidance here is take note of those messages that might be coming through, repeated messages, synchronicities, ideas, thoughts, inspirations, whether it's someone else saying it to you, whether it's in your dreams, whether it's a song on the radio, whatever it is, there is something that is guiding the way, and that is your guide, your angels, your ancestors, whoever you like to call them. That's them trying to affirm to you that this is your path, this is that moment, this is pursue it. The path can course correct numerous times. That first step will take you to the next one. Don't be afraid to follow it. Pole 1, I hope this reading assisted you. Just a reminder that personal readings are available. All of my information is in the description box below. But thank you for being here. Wishing you a very happy new moon. Sending you all my love. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile 2. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. Felt like a little bit of sage to cleanse in between the piles. Okay, you were called to this beautiful piece of rainbow moonstone today. This has beautiful iridescent flecks in it, and it reminds me, it just gives me the most beautiful grounded goddess energy. Okay, let's get your oracle card and let's see what we've got. Great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Interesting. So what is changing for you right now? Okay, straight off the bat, I'm getting there might have been situations at hand here which have been very, very challenging for you in the past, and it's almost like you are being invited to look at what has been going on currently and perhaps how you've been responding to situations, and to go back to the past, think about your past experiences and what you learned. And there is a sense of peace here with the dove. I feel like there is a sense of choosing peace, embracing inner peace, finding inner peace. And I feel like if some of you have been dealing with really stressful situations or a lot of concern, difficult circumstances, there is a sense of you can call upon experiences from the past, perhaps to allay some anxiety that things do work out, that things have worked out, that things have resolved, or that there is potential for them to resolve. There is this sense of finding hope and clarity from the experiences of the past. So this is very strongly saying to me, trust that all of the experience of the past have something to teach you. It has not all been in vain. Even if you've lost it all, to find yourself again, there is a reason for that. It's the journey that matters. And for some of you, I'm getting there could have been some discord within a relationship, not necessarily a romantic relationship. It could have been a close friendship, family relationship, something of that kind that is, you're feeling like it's never going to be resolved. But what you're being guided to remember here is that all things change with time. Sometimes they change with, sometimes they take intentions to change. Sometimes it's just time required to allow for people to process and to heal that allows for that change. But I'm getting here very strongly, choose peace. Whether that's inner peace by not engaging in conflict, or whether that's just peace regardless of whatever you find yourself in the middle of. Okay, I hope that resonated with some of you. Let's get some runes for you. If you're wearing headphones, I would possibly take them out while I do this because it can be quite noisy. Okay. As always, sorry, I will take any that land face down and remove them because I'm not going to use them for the purpose of the reading, and then I'll arrange them into a grid. There has definitely been some kind of loss here. Some kind of loss, some kind of moving on. How do you want me to group these? I'm going to group them thusly. Yeah. Just make sure you can see all of them. Hopefully you can. There has definitely been some kind of loss or ending. There has been some big shifts and changes in your life, in your world. And I'm getting, you're just saying to me, it's like things just aren't the same as they were before. They're just not the same as they were before. And I feel like where there may have been some kind of energetic resistance in the past, now you're just at the point where it's like, do you know what? I'm just going to trust this. This is not my first rodeo. I have been here before. I'm not going to dig my heels in so strongly, because Isa and Uruz together, those paired, could indicate stubbornness to me. And I feel like that's actually an energy that you're releasing. It's saying to yourself, do you know what? I'm not getting bogged down in this energy anymore. If I'm truly going to move on, if I'm truly going to move forwards and just keep moving forwards, I can't hold on so strongly. I can't get stuck in the past. Biarkan and Pethro here, this is growth and chance. This is taking a chance that things are going to grow differently. That is a powerful, powerful energy, because it's embracing the unknown. It's stepping into that self-assured, no matter what happens, I'm going to face it. But what I see is nothing but beauty and positivity for you, which is fantastic. So even though you can't see what's coming, this is the beauty of the grace of the goddess. That's why I was getting these beautiful goddess vibes from this stone. It's that sense of grace, stepping into that sense of grace. You know, Freya can be such a fierce warrior, but she's also the goddess of love and passion. You know, we've got Nauthiz, Gibu and daggers here. There is definitely a breaking of a cycle and the starting of a new cycle. And it comes when we finally let something go. You know, this dove is going off, and this spiritual teacher is letting go of this dove. This dove is being released. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know whether he's going to come back. But you know what? Trusting in fate, trusting that things will grow, trusting in your own energy and that you will grow, and that you have amassed the skills to move forward regardless of the circumstances, is a really powerful place to be. Now the next line here, I mean, this, seriously, there are blessings coming in for you, serious blessings I'm getting, and whether that is the gift of your inner peace after a time of real challenges and struggle, or whether it's you know, a new addition to the family. For some of you, I'm just getting that. For others of you, it is a really new cycle. So this could be literally putting an end to something that you thought you were going to be stuck in forever, whether that was a job or just a pattern you never thought you were going to get out of. And it's like you're coming into something new. And I'm just getting this sense of, if you've been working on this, if you've been working towards this shift, especially spiritually or within patterns, perhaps there's something that you've done through January that you've been consistent with that you never thought you were going to be able to do. This is a moment where you say well done to yourself, congratulate yourself, give yourself a pat on the back, and honour yourself for how far you've come on this process. Honour it, acknowledge it, celebrate it. You know, sometimes we have to be our cheerleader. And again, really powerful place to be, not needing validation from anyone else on the outside, taking it from the self, from the inside. Penultimate row here, we've got Eras, Turisas and Jira. There could be a new relationship on the cards for you, a new partnership of some kind, a coming together of energies of some kind that is going to be a blessing for you, something that is actionable. I feel like you are physically going to be putting in action here, whether this is dating for some of you, whether this is for some of you, it could be taking action towards a job. For some of you, okay, this is important. For some of you, you could have been in a really low period for quite some time and feeling like you couldn't take action, feeling like life was on hold, and you might have suddenly felt like this big shift, and suddenly you can start putting yourselves out there. So you might be taking action and taking those action steps towards something new, and you're being encouraged here to keep taking that action, because there are wheels moving that you can't see, but you are being so strongly guided and supported, and blessings, manifestation of blessings are coming in for you. Good is coming. Just let go of the past, let go of whatever it was that was holding you back. I know it's easier said than done sometimes. I'm not being flippant with that energy or that statement, but there is this sense of releasing the past, what's changing now, releasing the past, and gracefully saying, do you know what, I might not have all the answers, I might not know fully where I'm going, but I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust, and I'm going to grow on the process. I don't have to have all the answers. I'm going to trust. I'm going to see what blessings unfold. Let's get some tarot for you. Absolutely. This is the Six of Air. This is a rune of healing and a card of healing. We've got heart healing here. We've got the caduceus. We've got our heart chakra, and all of our chakras being fired up and aligned. For some of you, because there are so many references to spirituality here. Whether you're a deeply spiritual person or not, we all have a higher self. That is always acting on our behalf. If you don't feel like you have communication personally with your higher self, you can literally just say to your higher self, please guide me to make the decisions, or please guide me to what is going to help me make the best decisions, or what is going to be best for me. You know, open that line of communication. But I do feel like you are reaching a point where some things are coming together. Some things are, it's like a convergence point, you know, this literal Gibru, this, you've been giving something, you've been working on something, working on yourself, doing something, and the universe is seeing it as like, do you know what, you're so right, you're ready for something. And that's what this energy is. It's you're ready for something you've been asking after, you're ready for. It's coming. I love that. What's changing? Something you've been waiting for is coming. So that could be something you've been manifesting, or something you've just been waiting for change. Wow, that's interesting. We've got the 11 of earth and the 11 of air. So this is heaven and earth and body and mind. Wow. So there could be this sense of conflict between our spiritual and physical self and what we feel within ourselves. If we're feeling intuitively called towards doing something, and then if our mind, our thoughts get in the way, and then we start saying, no, we can't do that, we can't do that, we can't do this, you know, we literally get in our own way. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck we've got the 9 of fire, which is a rune of attainment. This is I said a rune again, a card of attainment. This is literally that moment where things come together. This is saying, don't get in your own way. Don't overthink things, and don't sell yourself short. Don't tell yourself you can't have it. This feels like your time. This feels like to not get stuck in those old cycles. Let go of the old. Let the past go, and trust that there is a new version of self that you have been working on, like a snake shedding skin. Let it go. You know, I like this analogy. It comes up quite a lot. You cannot go and you can't put a snake back into this skin. It's outgrown. You get to the point where it feels so uncomfortable, the snake sheds its skin, and from that point it will never go back into the old skin. And whilst that might be scary, it's a big change. It's because the snake has become a greater version of self. So someone needed to hear that. It's okay to change. It can be celebrated. Change can be celebrated. It's not always scary. And that stubborn energy, I know it so well. It's a really Taurian energy. It's a real earth energy of feeling stuck where we are, but it's okay to shift. It's okay to change. Judgment. Now, in this deck, Judgment speaks about picking a path. It speaks of picking your course ahead of you. I'm really drawn to the fact that there's 2 X's down here, which is 20, which is obviously the traditional placement for the Judgment card, but it's right next to this Gibru rune. It's just a reminder. Choose the path. Choose what is calling you. Choose the blessings, your blessings. There might be a synchronicity, a message or something that guides you on that next step of your path, and it's calling you. Just take that next step. I don't read these in reverse unless they flip. But it didn't come out in the reverse. The 3 of Pentacles, you're building something. Okay, and you've been working on this. This is building the cathedral of the soul, is what I'm getting. You've been building the cathedral of your soul, yes. And the 7 of Pentacles. So you need to be patient. Each journey begins with a single step. Cliche, I know, but it's true. You have to keep going. Okay, so for some of you, it's trusting in this unknown and taking it step by step, stage by stage upon your path, trusting that things are going to grow, and don't overthink it. You might, if you're manifesting things, you might get bits and dribs and drabs, or you might be getting signs that things are coming together. You might be seeing for the first time your life is really, truly changing. But don't be impatient, because it will unfold as you are ready. And as all things are destined to naturally occur. Sometimes wheels have to move to get everybody to the right place. Let the third eye portal come out, which is the third eye chakra. Trust your intuition and emotional freedom. Absolutely. This refers back to these, especially if you've been dealing with anxiety. Don't talk yourself out of your blessings. Don't talk yourself out of what you deserve by saying, I can't have that, I can't do that, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, because you are. It is your birthright to be successful. It is your birthright to be abundant. You know, you deserve to be loved. You were born worthy, you were born enough. And that is the kind of emotional freedom that your guides want you to get to. Pile 2, I hope this assisted you. Just to let you know, personal readings are available. Wishing you a really happy new moon. Sending you absolutely all my love, and I hope to see you in another reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, Pile 3. If you're drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. Called to sage between each of the piles today, because I think these readings are all so different. And I want to make sure the energies are super clear. If you were drawn to this pile, then you were drawn to this piece of carnelian today. Now, this is such a bright orange colour. It is reminding me of both sensuality but also creativity, that sacral chakra energy. This is a new moon reading for what's changing. So let's see what messages we have for you. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Well, that is a different application of that sacral energy entirely, but a perfectly valid one. Be fearless and stand strong. What's changing might be that you want to do something new. Perhaps there is something that's calling to you. Perhaps there is a new modality of self-expression, whether that is something literally like changing your self-image a bit. Maybe you're thinking of I don't want to say thinking of reinventing yourself. You could be reinventing yourself. You could be, whether that is a literal total reinvention or whether that is changing your hair, changing your style. You're feeling that shift, that change. And the warrior energy here is saying, do you know what? Go be bold, be fearless. Don't fear what other people think. Don't fear what other people say. You go and stand there and you do you. Embrace the sacral energy, your own sensuality, regardless of sex, regardless of gender. Embrace that beautiful, sensual, sacral chakra energy and go and be fearless. Go and be yourself and be bold and stand out in this world. I love this energy, Pile 3. I'm not going to lie. Okay, let's do your runes. If you're wearing headphones, I would say perhaps you might need to take them off because this can get super loud. Okay, and as always, I will take any that land face down. I'm going to remove them because we're not going to use them for the purpose of the reading. I want to see what that one is. I don't know why. Yes, Hebrew. Okay. I'm going to keep those two together. Wowzers. Hopefully you can see all of these. Sorry for wobbling the camera there. Okay. You are definitely looking for, ready to embrace change. And I feel like this is after a point at which you perhaps have not been able to embrace change of some kind. Perhaps there has been some kind of resistance, I think is the word. There has been some kind of resistance to moving forwards, to taking action. We've got Turisas, Raido, and Lagus all in the reverse here, and Answers in the reverse, which is slightly different. But these three are runes of movement, are taking action, of putting energy into motion, is what I'll say. And with the fact that Answers is in the reverse, it's like you might be being guided, you might be receiving wisdom, messages, feelings, nudges, thoughts, inspiration about doing something new, about doing something different. And different is the word that keeps coming through. Whether you want to change yourself to make yourself look different, or whether you want to do something differently within your job or within your business or within your work, or whether it's a physical appearance thing, so it's anything. There is this sense of doing something different that you have not taken action on yet. And I feel like you've been ignoring the inner voice that's been telling you. The pathway through this is growth. This change, I feel like it's going to happen. And I feel like you want it to happen. We've got Wunya here, slightly not in the upright. It's more upright than it is reverse, but it's not completely upright. Next to Nelthis, which is the rune of desire, it's need fire. Now that can be a hunger for something. It can also be passionate desire. And, you know, we have that sacral energy, which is the rune of, which is all of the energies of passion and desire, as well as creativity. I'm getting really strongly, for some of you, there is this, there's a sense of not being completely committed. It's like being partial. It's like being on the fence. You're not decided which way you're going to go yet. And you know what's going to make you happy, but there are natural reasons, and perhaps quite right reasons, why you feel like you can't jump in and make this change. But I feel like it's going to occur anyway. And I feel like this difference that you want to create, perhaps it's you want to be the difference in something, but it means putting yourself out there in a way that you haven't done before. It's almost feeling like this is going to happen. With Hagalaz here, this is chaotic forces out of our control. Now, chaos doesn't have to be a bad thing. Chaos can be catalysts. It's that kernel of catalyst that comes into our life, the spark of ignition. It can also, you know, the hail. For some of you, the hail is very, very relevant, because it feels like this energy of knowing that you're on the fence, because it's knowing that this change, this decision, if you make it, could cause disruption for other people. And the reminding me of the literal rune poem for Hagalaz, which is that the hail comes in and it destroys the crops, but the hail melts and becomes water, and it nurtures them and they grow. And we've got Hagalaz, Lagus, which is the rune of water in the reverse, and Bjarkan, which is the rune of growth, of femininity, of fertility. So there is this sense of forgetting that sometimes change is necessary in order for things to grow. And I feel like that's a really important message for you. In order for things to be different, sometimes we have to do something different. And sometimes that means embracing a change and allowing it to happen. And that can be really, really triggering energy for some of us, especially if we're not unhappy with the way things are. We're just feeling called to do something greater. I hope that resonates, because it's so specific. And like I said, all of these piles have been so different. But that's a good thing. It's a really good thing, because it means we're getting lots of different energies, and hopefully there'll be messages for lots of different people. Let's get... What does pile 3 mean? Oh, okay. Okay. That is second or third time this has come out today in different readings. This time it's in the upright. We've got the youth and the two of water, which is like the two of cups. This is soulmate energy right here. The youth, this is about returning to that. I'm always drawn to the star on this card. It's following your star, following your dreams, following your hopes, following your inspiration. Perhaps this could be another person. Perhaps there is change. Perhaps this sacral energy is literally you are feeling called to another person, but you're feeling resistant and not taking action. And if so, this could well be a sign that it's time to change or take action. We've got the Ace of Fire here in the reverse. We've got the 8 of Earth in the reverse, Heaven and Earth in the reverse again, and Body and Mind in the reverse again. And I've shuffled these cards over and over. We've got the 2 of Earth, masculine and feminine, and the 4 of Earth. Okay, hopefully you can see all of these. I'm going to have to do these quite quickly. Getting stuck in your head and stuck between what you want and what you think you can have. There could be a reason. Perhaps this is a serious relationship, or looking at a relationship after a serious relationship of some kind. It's something new. It feels new, but I don't think it is a new experience. I just think it feels like stepping into it in a new life. It's remembering here that your scars do not prevent you, no matter how damaged we might feel that we are. it doesn't mean that we're not worthy and deserving of love. It doesn't mean that we can't have a fresh start and a new beginning. You know, this card right here would be the Ace of Fire. This is a passionate, creative new beginning. There is this huge potential here, but we're blocking it in some way. And I'm feeling very much there could be a juggle between what we've got going on in our physical life and what's going on in our head or in our emotional state as well, I'm getting. And you could be feeling so strongly called to this person, but for some reason blocking yourself and saying that you can't have it. There is this sense of balance. Perhaps there are lots of different elements within your physical life that you just can't feel, but you cannot deny the fact that this is soulmate energy. So this is like something, this is very specific all of a sudden through the cards. However, I don't think this will be for all of you. If we were to take a slightly sideways view of this and look at this as, no, I really can't do that. I really can't do that. But I'm going to read it as, for some of you, there is definitely this potential for new beginnings here. New beginnings in a different way, in a different realm of life that you want to step into. Yeah, I'm just looking at this. There is some really specific symbology on this card that's very, very sexual that I have not noticed before. I don't normally say things like that, but it is very, very much there. There is very strong sexual energy in this. And I was drawn, I've got that as soon as I was connected to that crystal. There are keys on here. You are the key to this. You are the key to this. You know there is the promise of something here, whether it's a new relationship, a true soulmate love, or whether there is a new opportunity, a new beginning within the self. It could be a reconnection with the truest sense of self, your own soul self, rather than another physical person. What I'm getting here is really honoring this energy that rises within you. Don't talk yourself out of it by saying that you can't be, have, do because of the past or because of your wounding, because you don't feel that you're good enough because of what someone else did to you. Claim your new beginning if you want it. It's your choice. Like I said, I feel like there is changes coming in your world regardless. But I feel like you can feel it coming. And I feel like it's that runaway train energy where it feels really overwhelming sometimes. And that's why we've got the Two of Earth here. It's trying to keep things in balance. And I feel like you've been trying to juggle everything for such a long time. You're so worried that everything's going to drop. You're so worried that everything's going to fall flat and it's just all going to go wrong again. And your guides really want you to trust. Trust in what is destined. Trust in this star. You know, the youth trust because they haven't been hurt necessarily in the ways that we might have done decades down the line. You know, trust. These could be the same people decades apart. Be that warrior. Move towards what you want. Move towards your heart's desire. I'm just going to get a couple of these quickly because a load of those cards came out, so it's taken me longer. What does pile 3 need to know, please? Oh, come on. Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, Guardian of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Star, 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and 7 of Pentacles again. Okay, pile 2 and 3 may be slightly linked. If you're feeling called to both, watch both. Ace of Pentacles, definitely follow this passion and this dream towards this new beginning of whatever it is. You might be feeling like there are things in your physical world you can do, things that you can build upon. Start there. You don't have to do it all at once, but silence isn't good for anybody. If you have been building up walls and blocking yourself out because of worry of other people's opinions, very, very much listen and trust yourself. If you're feeling called to move in a new direction and build something, trust yourself, and be patient because things do take time. Things take time to evolve. You know, nothing happens all at once, but you're just being called to follow these dreams. You know, that star, that pole star is in both of these cards so strongly. Follow this call, whatever it is, whether it's a person, heart portal, utopia, magical realms, definitely. There is something new and breakthrough. There is something new and wonderful awaiting you. And it comes from change. And I feel like being brave, that bravery within your heart space to claim this, to move through, to have this breakthrough. It says leap of faith, freedom, new beginnings. It doesn't mean it's comfortable, but sometimes the things that we want the most in this world are on the other side of a little bit of discomfort, through our comfort zone, breaking through our comfort zone and following that star because it's guiding us. Trust and believe in yourself, because good things are coming, better is coming. You don't have to doubt. Pile 3, I truly hope this assists you. Wishing you a really happy new moon. Personal readings are available. All of my information is in the description box below. Just thank you for being here, sending you all my love, and I hope to see you in another reading. Take care. Bye bye.